when you stir crap, it's gonna stink. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV, and I'm the girl, Lady T. And today we're talking Braxton family values. Yeah, I know I was slipping. I didn't give y'all a review last week, but it was a method to my madness because to me, last week's episode was just the catalyst of what was gonna happen today. Last night. And yeah, as y'all can see, we switched things up a bit. We're in the kitchen today. It's early in the morning. I'm about to get my day started. About to head to the gym. About to fix me a little bit of breakfast. But I wanted to get this video out. So anyway. It was a catalyst for what happened last night or whatever. And to be honest, I can tell you what happened last week in 2.3 seconds. Okay. Tracy acted a damn fool because she was drunk and she in her feelings because don't nobody support her. You know, everybody breaks their neck to go support Tony, Tamar. Even though they got issues with her, they still go out and support her or whatever. But nobody supports Tracy. You know, she has an album out and nobody's even checking for her. You know, she did showcases. And in a way, I kind of feel her because she said showcases, performances. She said she was just being honored. Nobody came. And I said this in another video. Y'all can send one person to support Trina. Trina. No, Tracy. Sorry, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's too many dang on T's. Tracy. One person can go and support Tracy. Like, y'all can send one representative just to show that, hey, we love you. We see what you're doing. Anyway, she acts a damn fool. She's in her feelings. Everybody's still, in their feelings about Tamar. They're not really messing with her. So anyway, fast forward to this episode. So let's get into it. See, told y'all I wouldn't take that long. Okay. The episode kicks off with the dinner. They all gather around to have dinner to celebrate, Diesel and the UMCS scholarship that he and Tony presented to an individual with autism. So everybody's there. Tracy comes. She's acting loopy, but she said, no, I'm not drunk. I'm just on a high because I'm so proud of my nephew. Whatever, however, Tracy. Look, Tracy, stop being in denial and we'll be okay. Because if you drink to cope with people not supporting you or to cope because you in your feelings, that's okay. But all this, I'm not drunk. Girl, bye. Anyway, so everybody's there and basically Diesel is a little upset because Tamar's not there. He thought all his aunties was going to be there and everything. And I kind of feel for Diesel because Tamar, before she had her baby, if y'all watched the earlier seasons, she was definitely the ultimate auntie. Like, she took care of them. Especially when it came to Tony's kids, because if y'all don't pay attention like I do, Tamar and Tony, I'm not going to say they're the closest, but when it comes out to looking out for each other, that's them. Just like Trina and Tawanda, they look out for each other. They may know stuff before the other sisters because, number one, they live in the same city, and they just count on each other like that. Doesn't mean that they're closer than others. I don't want to put that out there because there's so much negativity going on, and we'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, so everybody's there, and, Diesel's a little upset that Tony's not, oh my God, too many damn T's, that Tamar is not there. So Tony is a little bit upset because Diesel's upset. And like Trina said, she's trying to downplay it because she don't want to upset the kids because everybody's there. Like I said, everybody's there. Everybody and their kids are there. So anyway, then we move on to Trina and Tawanda. They at a bar, getting ready to have some drinks, and they're talking about Tamar and her not showing up. And Tawanda is like, look, I don't hate anybody to the point where I can't support my family. Because I guess Tony reached out to Tamar and said, hey, what's up? Why didn't you come? And she let Tony be known, hey, you invited my stalker was there and I didn't feel comfortable, so I drove on past. Which is what she did. She did show up, but when she saw Tawanda walking in with the assistant, which has been stalking her on social media, she didn't feel comfortable, so she therefore didn't show up. So anyway, they're talking about that, and Tawanda is like, that's still no excuse. And Trina's the same way. She's like, you know what, that's no excuse. And if you feel like that, and if it's always going to be some dissension, maybe you shouldn't show up. But I'm like, if she don't show up, then there's a problem. If she do show up, there is a problem. And I'm like, that's not even cool. Like, y'all supposed to be sisters. Like, what's up with that? And I come from sisters. I have 3 of them. 3, count them, y'all. 3, 1, 2, 3 of them. Okay, so, and we have our issues, but at the end of the day, it's all love. And I just think it's a lot of cattiness, it's a lot of ego, and I hate to say it, but some jealousy involved. Anyway, so then we move on to a family dinner. Everybody's there, including Tamar, and they're sitting down, they're having dinner. And they tend to pick on Tamar because Tamar had this little headrest on that had like a little bit of, I don't know. It had like flowers and all this other stuff. Let me move a little bit. Flowers and all this other stuff or whatever. And it was making fun of her. And Miss Evelyn was like, you know, I don't mind them teasing each other because they used to do that when they were kids. I just don't like how now they're more malicious and people are not, basically people are taking it a lot more seriously. So anyway, at the family dinner, Tony asks, hey, what's up? Why you didn't show up at the USCF event? And Tamar was like, you invited my stalker. Like, what was I supposed to do? And Tony is like, look, I understand that, and therefore, I made sure that he was not going to be around you. He was there for Diesel to make sure Diesel had everything under control because, you know, Diesel is autistic, and we wanted to make sure that everything was right. And I can understand that because if y'all watched last week's episode, Tony was extremely nervous about Diesel presenting. So she probably did have extra help to make sure that he knew his lines and that he was comfortable. And I've been to Tony Braxton concert. Let me tell y'all, she was an hour late because Diesel had an issue. It was the flying back and forth, the traveling, because she was on tour. It wasn't just spot day. She was actually on tour, and she took her kids because it was during the summer, and he had an episode. So she just wanted to make sure that he would be comfortable. It's a lot of people. You got cameras. I get that. But Tony, you got to understand too, if she's not comfortable, you got to understand where she's coming from, and maybe you should have hired somebody else. And so Tony is like, I understand where you was coming from. He was not going to be by you. But all in all, if I'm pissed because my son was disappointed. You know, and you would be pissed too. If that were Logan and he was looking for me and I didn't show up, you would be pissed too. So stop acting like me being in my feelings isn't right. Like, stop acting like I'm not supposed to be in my feelings. And I kind of agree with that too. Like, when your child hurts, you hurt. So I kind of get both sides. So this is not going to be like a trash Tony video or trash Tamar video, because I see both sides. So anyway, then they start arguing because, you know, Tony puts it out there like, you get into it with everybody. And Tamar's like, who have I got into it with? She's like, everybody. Family, social media, period, the end. You get into it with everybody. And Mama Evelyn, she ain't having it. She's like, look, I'm tired of all this. Y'all are beginning to make me sick. I can't even stand to eat with y'all. And she leaves. And that's when Tony tells her, like, again, she says she gets into it with everybody. And that Tamar is abrasive. Yes, Tamar, I have talked to plenty of people who said that you are a really cool person. But yeah, you do get into it with a lot of people too at the same dang on time. Not to say that you're not cool and not say that you're not sweet. But when your feelings hurt, you tend to lash out. Got that on several accounts from several reliable sources. And, you know, Tony had a right to be in her feelings. So anyway, after that, Evelyn and Michael, which in case is the kid's father, they meet because Evelyn doesn't understand why everybody has been so combative, why can't nobody get along. So when they get together, you know, the father let Evelyn know, Mama Evelyn know that, hey, I don't even talk to them. They don't send me no Father's Day cards. They don't call me. They don't do none of that. And I'm like, wow, what a difference a day makes, because last year they was like, I love my daddy, and it was all going out to his birthday party and all that type of stuff. So, wow, okay, so they don't communicate. Even Miss Evelyn is taken aback, like, see, this is what I'm saying, we need to get this together because this ain't right, our family is falling apart, we need some spiritual guidance. So she's gonna hook it up, and she lets, you know, Michael know, like, look, we gonna get this together. So anyway, after that, we got the meeting with Bishop T.D. Jakes. He's gathered all the family together to see what the heck the problem is. Okay, so here it goes. Mama Evelyn says that she feels like her family is falling apart. And Tony says that I feel like a lot of our issues contribute to the show. I feel like once the show came involved, our dynamic diminished. And I do think that everybody says that reality TV is the devil. And I always say this too, not only in just romantic relationships, but friendships and even sisterhoods. Something about reality TV will drive a wedge. And I do think because it's the scripted, non-scripted factor. Like people, the producers or the powers that be, put people against each other so they can create a conflict. And so I agree with her. And Trina actually said something that I find really interesting. She says, well, I don't think it's really been right since the divorce because you know, she points out Mama E. She says to Mama E and their father, like, look, you guys never resolve conflict, so it makes us hard to resolve conflict because you guys are example. And I agree with that. You remember, if y'all are avid watchers, y'all know that it would take years for Miss E to even look at her ex-husband. Like, she want nothing to do with him. So of course, if y'all don't see how to resolve conflict from y'all parents, of course y'all not gonna know how to resolve conflict when it comes to each other. So I definitely understand that. So anyway, Bishop T.D. Jakes said, look, y'all got a lot of issues and it's not going to be solved in just one session. But if y'all really want y'all family to work, if y'all want to bridge this gap and get it back together, we gonna keep working on this. So anyway, after that, we got Trina and Tawanda. They talking about the session. And, oh, sorry. I almost forgot. So while they're talking about their issues, Tamar starts breaking down. She says, I miss us. I miss our friendship. I miss us being on the phone. I miss us getting together. Like, they get together, but they used to probably get together all the time. And she's like, I miss that. And she's just bawling, y'all. Like, I mean, bawling. And Bishop T.D. Jakes is like, do y'all believe her? And they say no. And Trina is like, she alienated herself. That's why I don't believe her. Because she created this dynamic. So that's what T.D. Jakes is saying, that, hey, Y'all issues are going, we got to continue this. There's more work to be done. So anyway, Trina and Tawanda, they get together and they're saying, look, Tamar was being classic Tamar when they're talking about the session. And I was like, damn, like y'all have no empathy for y'all sister? Like, when TD Jakes asked them did they care, they said they cared. But when they got together to talk about the session, you could tell that they really didn't care like that. I mean, they consider it, I mean, not consider it, but they're basically saying that she was putting on. And I'm just like, wow. Y'all really think that low of her? Y'all really think that less of her, I should say. That she would really just be boo-hooing and cry and say, I miss y'all, I love y'all. I was like, wow. Okay, so anyway, then Tamar meets up with Bishop T.D. Jakes, and she just basically tells him, like, ever since the show and ever since I've been doing my own thing, it's been division. And he was like, well, have you tried to bring them into your world? And she said, yeah, but it's never worked. For some reason, it's always basically some shade. And I agree. But Tamar, you got to understand, too, that you have this wall up. Like, I get what Tamar is saying, but Tamar also has this wall up where she's defensive. Because to me, she sees really sensitive, and really sensitive people are easily to get hurt. So, when they easily get hurt, they easily lash out. And I think that's the problem. So anyway, after the meeting with Bishop T.D. Jakes, the whole family gets together again. I'm sorry, after Tamar's meeting with Bishop T.D. Jakes, the family all gets together again for another meeting. And basically, they're talking about, you know, things that have happened and why they are the way they are. Like, to them, it's a lot going on. Like, they talk about the Atlanta trip. About how, you know, Tawanda, Tracy, and Trina showed up and, quote-unquote, surprised Tamar her Atlanta performance. And they're saying that, yeah, you know, you called us out our name, you had us thrown out, and we're hurt. And she said, I didn't do that. I didn't say that. And Trina's like, you're lying. So, it's a lot going on. And I don't know what to believe in that sense, because the cameras were there. And I heard Tamar, she was in her dressing room. She was saying, bitch that, hoe that, and all that. She was going in. But I don't know what the context was. So I can't go in on her. I don't know if she was talking about them or somebody else. And that's the thing. Y'all going about what y'all overheard her say, but y'all never asked, okay, this is what we heard. Explain yourself. Maybe there was a logical reason that, in a misunderstanding, that everybody is taken overboard. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I just want them to get their act together, because I love the Braxtons. I love them when they're silly. I love them when they just come together and just... like last year, before that whole the Atlanta performance, I love when they was all in California, all in California, trying to do the Braxton's album. Yeah, they had their little bickering, but it was all in fun. You could tell that it was all in love. And now it's just a whole bunch of division. So I do hope they, get it together. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to fix my breakfast. Till next time, y'all. Peace and love.